welcome back to the Road to Sunshine Tour Q School vlog. This is episode 2. In episode 1, we had the first round at the Bushveld Tour event at Glendower. Now, in the first round, I shot 1 under par after having quite a mixed round, quite a few birdies, a few drop shots. Probably didn't get enough out of my round as I could have done, but regardless, lying 6th place going into the second round. In this vlog, it's going to be the entire back 9 from the second round. Just want to say thanks to everyone that's commented, liked, and got behind this vlog series already. Only had 1 episode up, but the feedback's been really good, and I'm really looking forward to moving on with this vlog as we go towards the Sunshine Tour Q School early next year. And one more thing before we get into this Sunday, there's going to be a course vlog with 3 good South African golfers. One of them is an absolute freak and literally hits it like 25 by me, ball speed near 200 mile an hour on the golf course. That's coming this Sunday. Make sure you look out for that.
All right there, Matt Pete. Feeling all right this morning, is he? Nice and awake, is he?
Forearms.
What?
Forearms.
Your forearms?
Yeah.
What's that?
Down to the local RSL, have a few beers with the boys, and job was good. We're doing about 15 Ks, mate, so I've got a limit, mate.
If James beats me overall,
Yeah.
well, I will do a naked run around Linksfield tonight.
That is a big call.
Yeah, but if I beat him, he's gotta buy me dinner.
All right, deal.
Deal.
All right, so before we get into the tournament footage of round 2, back 9, I just got to talk through the front 9 because it was very eventful and not all in a good way, right? So started off the round, par, birdie, par, nice and solid. Then moved on to the 4th hole, a par 4 uphill into wind. It was a bit colder, so it's playing a bit longer. Regardless, not really an excuse to make the score that I did. So hit my tee shot right, then had to play a shot over the trees from like 170. Tried to play it over. It hit a small branch, and the branches out here seem to be a bit thicker, made of stronger stuff. It's hit it, I catapulted it like back into the trees. I've then tried to play down another hole, then we trying to go through the trees, then chipped it out into a divot, then hit it into the bunker, plugged obviously, knocked it out, and eventually walked off with a 9. But despite that, for the rest of the front 9, had 2 birdies and a bogey, and all the rest pars. So I was 4 over at this point for the round, 3 over for the tournament, and this is the back 9 from round 2. So there's going to be no noise coming through the main camera for the first hole, but then it's back to normal literally after the first hole. So as I said, 3 over for the tournament at this point. This is the first hole. Just pulled my drive left, had a bit of tree trouble, had to hit like this cut up and around the tree to get it towards the back of the green. There's my man Isaac giving me the read. It's quite a quick putt down the hill, even though the greens have only recently been timed. They're still running at like an all right pace, just a bit bobbly, especially for Glendower. Second hole is a dogleg right, and I've found myself in a tricky place here, 101 to the pin, in the middle of the trees. Now we've got the audio back. And that nearly went in. It like landed just short, jumped up, almost skipped in. So that's 1 shot back. So we're back to 2 over for the tournament at this point. This is the hole that you can lay back on with water running all the way down the hole. But me and Isaac decided let's just go at this, hit driver, get as far up as we can. Ended up pulling this quite a bit, but pulled it the right side, or the left side actually, of the hazard. And had an awkward 50-yard shot, 50-meter shot over the tree, which we managed to get in the back bunker. Played an all right bunker shot, and then had a putt for par from about 6 foot. This was about 2 balls outside the right edge. Not that one on, which was big for the old momentum. Par 5 off the back tee today, so this is a good 520, 530 meters. Hit a decent drive, about 350 down there, had 183. Hit a really nice shot here, just aiming at the right-hand side of the green, just allowing my natural draw to take it back and give myself a look for eagle. So this was just outside the left edge, if not left lip. For eagle, slotted. Get on there, my baby. Isaac loving it. Telling me, master green reader. Slightly shorter par 3 today. This was 126. This is all of a sand wedge, sort of in between gap wedge and sand wedge. Don't want to go long like I did yesterday with wedge, which went like 180. But left myself under the hole, just trying to keep myself under the hole with this putt. And the main thing was just get it within, 2 foot, because when the greens are being tied and they're a bit jumpy, you don't really want to be leaving yourself like 3-4 foot for par. On to another par 5. So we are at 1 over for the tournament. Leader is 4 under the tournament leader finished. And this was second shot into the par 5 after a pretty big drive from 159. This was wedge. Pulled a tad, but gave myself a putt for eagle. So this has been second eagle on the back 9. And this is 25 foot, broke. So like 3 cups off the left. It's literally just short. It's about 2 inches short, almost like rolled up the lip and rolled back down again. Just knocking it in there for birdie. Get back to level for the tournament. So on a bit of a charge at the moment, and then bang. Just a shite golf swing. Just got really quick on it. Well, if you hit it right of 16, you've not really got a shot unless you're really lucky. So I just had to get this back in play, and had 106 into the back pin. So I hit a sand wedge, and unfortunately, there's just caught like the top tier of the, almost like the edge of the bunker, and it span back around and went back to the middle tier. So had all of about 30 foot up a big tier. And pretty good putt. Left myself 2 foot. Even these were a bit edgy. This was playing pretty long. This is 203. I thought I missed this left. I was really angry. But the wind held it up and it just caught the green. So at this point, not in a too bad a spot. Had a putt for birdie from 25 foot, left it short. And this next putt is an inside left putt, which I started online, but you're going to see this take a big hop. And it actually went left. It's like a left to right putt. It literally went a cup left. Just put that down to the greens, move on. So 2 bogeys. And then playing the 18th, trying to get this as far up the hole as possible near the green. Pulled it slightly in the trees, but hit a really nice little recovery shot here from 190 meters. Just scooted all the way up to the green and left myself a very makeable putt for birdie, which I absolutely poosed and just didn't really give it a good roll. So there it is. 1 over tournament. So yeah, eventually finished 15th, right? And if it wasn't for that 9, obviously everyone can like do this at the end of a round and go, oh, if it wasn't for that hole, if it wasn't for that hole. But it was really just one hole. And if it wasn't for being 5 over par on one hole, I would have been in the playoff. So there is some really good signs from this tournament. I'm improving quite quickly out here, it feels, which is nice. The next tournament is a 1-dayer, and then it goes back into the 2 to 3 dayers. There's loads of events all the way up until the end of November. A lot of people that watch this channel know that like my kryptonite, as someone said in the videos, is chipping and pitching. And I never get as much as I can out of a round because I'm pretty weak in that area. And there's one comment, and this shows that I do read all the comments, by the way. There's one comment, a guy that said, right, why don't you try, and I will put it up, or I'll try and find it, why don't you try splitting your hands on when you're chipping and pitching, going really weak with the left hand and really strong with the right hand. After making the putter grip change to left below right and having like instantly improved my putting, I thought, right, I'm going to go to the chipping area this morning and give this a go. And what I've found is that, I'm going to show you some slow-mos here, my chipping and pitching feels so much better doing this, because when I go strong, and you're going to see this, it sort of like brings my centers back. Strong on my left hand, it sort of brings my centers back and tilts my shoulders a bit. But when I go really weak with my left hand and split the hands, it not only sets my centers a bit forward, which helps with low point control, it also takes a lot of the connection problems I had out with the backswing. So it's like very connected, and then you can feel like your right hand's like releasing under the club nicely, not in like a flippy shutty way, but like in a way that increases the bounce essentially, which is very key out here. So this is just like a little play around this morning. Obviously I'm not going to go into it fully until I've tried it for like a week and tested it in a tournament, but it feels better straight away. So we're gonna take that on, and after a tournament has been played, and if it really is helping, then I'm gonna do a little video on it. And maybe there's people that are struggling with like low point control, heavy strikes, and you know, like if you see my short game, like maybe there's some people in the same boat and it could help them. So yeah, that's episode 2. Episode 3 coming soon. Thanks for watching. Leave it a like, leave it a comment, and cheers.